Hey you guys, it's your girl Earth Mother. Welcome back to my channel. So today first of all, I know I'm in a new space, I'm in a new area. I am in my new place and I was like, you know what better way to come back and do a commentary video is to come and talk about my favorite subject, these biased drama channels. This is not going to be long because I'm going to have dinner with my man. I was like, you know what? I'm just seeing a lot of videos about how it's coming out more and more that people are noticing like the bias in the drama channel community, right? For, you know, the beauty girls. It's getting to a point where it's so obvious that you would think that it would be a little bit embarrassing to these channels. But it's not. So let's just go one by one and let me tell you why I personally don't trust these channels. For people to not be getting paid to be this biased towards Jeffree Star, what do you gain? And that's kind of my question. Like, how willing are y'all to put yourselves out there to supposedly gain nothing, but you're embarrassing yourselves? Like, if I'm getting secondhand embarrassment, then I know that y'all feel the firsthand embarrassment. So let's go through one by one and let me tell you why I don't trust these people. Number one, Rich Lux. Any of you have seen my other video? I can't remember what it's titled. I think it was like Dear Rich Lux and Other Complacent Drama Channels. I basically just do what I'm doing right now. This can just be a part 2 to that. I think Rich is my first one because it's so blatantly obvious that he has a friendship with Jeffree Star that, like, okay, if you watch Peter Mon, Peter Mon is one that I can actually stand to watch. You will see that he says, by the way, y'all, my husband's mowing the lawn. I'm like, where do I live? My husband's mowing the lawn, if that's what y'all hear. But it is so blatantly obvious that he has a friendship with Jeffree Star. He posts him on his channel. Jeffree talks about him and, you know, Snapchats and Twitter and stuff like that. And so it is, I imagine, I don't have a personal relationship with any of these beauty gurus, even though I have spoke with them. I don't have any real like deep connections with them. And it's like, I can't imagine being one of their friends and still coming on and, you know, after building a rapport with them, talking about them a certain way and dragging them. But I also can't imagine basically saying like, screw you to my audience. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to be as biased as I want to be, and I really don't care what you guys think about it. I can't imagine that either. I can't imagine building an audience and then completely turning your back on them. It's a lot of things with him. I cannot remember the last time besides yesterday that I have watched a Rich Lux video. Just go watch this video. I won't even have to say that like much more after this. Go watch a video that was posted, I think, a week ago with Rich, Diamond and Silk of the beauty community, Vic, and I think his name's Cam Lester. Just go watch that video and I think it'll tell you everything that you need to know about Rich's thoughts on race relations in the beauty community. It's so weird and so blatantly obvious that he has a problem, a huge problem with people standing up for Jackie. It's just weird. I mean, I really cannot describe the video in any other way. Rich just gives me very much, he wants to drive a boat and he wants to drive a sleigh boat. I'm sorry. He really got Peaches and Cream, Diamond and Silk, whoever of the beauty community on his channel. And then the funny part is whenever he was like, okay, whenever he was coming really hard for Jackie, right? And they would kind of like defend her, you know, try to back her, whatever. He would completely combat everything that they were saying and was like, well, she signed up to be the spokesperson for the Black community. And so she just has to say that way. And I'm like, you really think you're driving the sleigh boat, don't you? Like, you really think that? And it's so funny. It's so funny and it makes so much sense. And, you know, listen, if it don't apply, let it fly. If this is not the case, then whatever. But I had a serious suspicion. Rich reminds me of those kids in school, which I think a lot of people go through this. They want white acceptance. They want it so bad. And they'll do anything for it. Rich, you're brown. you're brown. You're always gonna be brown. I say Rich is one of those guys that gets on Grindr and is like, is Latinx okay? And I really mean that with my whole chest. I mean it with my whole heart. I really do. You're 30. You're old. So grow up, love. Like, I don't get that still going on. And I find that to be the reason that he has distanced himself from Luscious. I really think Luscious was just too ethnic for him. I really think Luscious was too ethnic for you, Rich, because I know that you watch videos if your name's in the title. I really think that that's what the case is. It's a little obvious. It's a little obvious that you don't mingle, with the black and brown girls, unless they are, running with the narrative that you run with, which is usually bootlicking. And I just find it weird. I just find it odd. Rich, I can't imagine what your family, I really, I know they stay in, first of all, if y'all have a problem, I stay right outside of Houston. Let me not say right outside. I do live in the country, but it's very close. And I can just imagine what your family out in Pasadena looks like. And for you to be getting on the internet and associating yourself with people that use the phrase the race card, because Nick, I'm coming for you next. It's just weird. It's weird. And then on top of that, you have a boring collab. It's so many, it's just a lot. And so that's the first drama channel that I don't trust. I don't think a lot of y'all trust him anymore because I see it everywhere. Everybody's like, oh my God, I can't even watch him anymore. It's so cringy. And it's true. It's really true. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking. I'm sorry. Next drama channel is the Jeffree Star of the drama channels. I really... Nick Snyder, the viewer's voice. The viewer's voice is, let me say this, number one about him. How am I going to word this? As opposed to Rich and Paige and Dustin and Irrelevant Ashley and T by Alley, I can actually see the appeal in Nick. Nick has a certain charisma about him. He kind of reminds me of Jeffree Star. I know why people like Jeffree Star. I know why people like him. I don't like him, but I know why other people like him. And Nick gives me that. I hate when people bring up his addiction or his past and sex work. I think that's the least problematic thing about Nick, honestly. But it's just Nick, like I said, somebody that in 2019 still uses the phrase the race card, constantly downplaying what happens to the Black community, especially in the beauty community. That is the energy that he gives. Y'all are just a bunch of complainers and whiners. You should probably just shut up. And it's you know what? I would be bitter too if I went from being a supermodel to a drama channel on YouTube. I cannot imagine. I feel okay, everybody likes to have their foot on somebody's necks, right? In society, there's a totem pole. And I think that if you can, even marginalized groups with other marginalized groups, they if they can insert their power, or is that the word? Not insert, but y'all know. If they can practice their power over other people, they do. And so I feel if I personally went from being a supermodel on Forbes 30 under 30 or whatever it was that he was on, which congratulations for that, and then went to being a drama channel on YouTube, number one, yikes. Number two, I think I would also want to have my foot on somebody's neck, because it's how embarrassing. How truly embarrassing. I really can't imagine. I can't imagine being amongst my peers. And I don't even know if he's amongst his old peers, his model friends, but I can't imagine looking at my peers and them still modeling, and I am talking drama on YouTube at 30. I cannot imagine. And that might explain some of his bitterness. That might explain why he feels the need to be antagonistic towards the Black community. But yikes. Not only that, you know, it's kind of weird because if you watch all this, and I watch this as a hobby, I don't get paid for, look, I'm like, where do I look? I don't get paid to do this. I do it for fun. It's fun for me. It's like watching reality TV because I don't actually watch reality TV. I kind of see how Nick is kind of isolated Rich from the rest of like the group, and how like Dustin's starting to feel a little bit left out, and Peter's over here doing his own thing. He is not pressed about it. He's not pressed about it. But it's so interesting, and anybody that watches it knows it. Like, you can see that Rich and Nick are like slowly in Paige, and Dustin and Ashley irrelevant. Like, it's not like, I know that they try to act like they're all friends and that Peter's still friends with Rich even though he's really not, because and then Peter don't like Jeffrey anymore, and this is going down a rabbit trail. But Peter's not friends with Jeffrey anymore because Jeffrey had some events that he invited other drama channels to and not Peter. So now Peter's on his I'm not biased wave anymore, and now he's with Manny, and it's like, it's so hilarious watching this from the outside. It's so hilarious. It really is like you would really think it's like a scripted reality TV show, because it's like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird old people. Yeah, so Nick, he's my second problematic drama channel. I can see why people are interested in his content, even though he is antagonistic towards the Black community, even though he did make fun of my good sis Super Milk Coon's accent in Alive. That's Puerto Rican. I see you mutuals. I see you mutuals that are friends with Marcos and are also friends with Nick. I see you. I see you. Okay? And the only reason that I still follow some of y'all is because I want y'all to see me talking about your friends. Okay? Okay. Now the third one, Petty Paige. The Harajuku Barbie of Britain. If you I'm sorry. But okay, first of all, most of y'all have probably seen my Petty Paige video. If you have any real questions on why I have my reservations about Paige, just go watch that video. I'm just gonna give you a couple. Okay, like, to me, Paige is like the female version of Rich, like constantly wants white acceptance. And it's so funny because she's always posting online like, oh, y'all really pressed over me to be making videos like that. And I'm like, but you're so pressed that you made a however many series long about Spill, and look at the views. Like, it's really crickets. Like, love, like, look at those Spill views. Like, I thought somebody was like, she's gonna hit 1 million views, and I was like, but it hasn't even hit 200 though. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it has since I'm filming this video. Maybe it's hit 200,000 views, and if it has, congratulations. But you're equally pressed as the girls that make videos about you. And I think the thing is that it's not even being pressed over Paige. I think a lot of us expect more from Paige, and I think a lot of us want better for Paige. And I think that maybe it's subconsciously because we're both Black women, me and Paige, that I expect more from her, and I shouldn't do that. If it is subconscious, I shouldn't do that. But I do, and I'm being honest about it. I expect more from her, and I want better for her. It's not just her personality that I can't stand. It's the constant, like, nothing that she says makes sense. Like, she always says she used to be extremely pro-Black and very much militant. But you're posting all these pictures of you looking like somebody's Britain Harajuku Barbie. So, not that you can't be pro-Black and be a Harajuku Barbie. She reminds me of Donald Glover. This person that supposedly is extremely pro-Black and for the Black community, except is constantly coming for the Black community and kind of disregarding everything that we say. And then at the same time, like, it's just weird. It's weird. And then at the same time, not even putting out extremely like fun and creative and exciting content. It's always lackluster with her. I don't understand it. Like the Peter Mom video. I was so excited to watch the Peter Mom video, and at the end it's kind of always like, I'm like, okay, so what else? Like, where was like the gotcha? Like, I'm waiting for it. You know, it's kind of like if you were riding a roller coaster and you're like, oh, you're about to go up, and then you're gonna go down, and then you just like park. it's like you never get to the, that was so great, you know? And that's how I felt with the spill video. Maybe it's because I didn't watch the first 2 videos, but it's because I heard that the 3rd video was supposed to be like really exciting, and it wasn't. My 4th problematic drama channel is Tea by Allie. I don't have a lot to say about Tea by Allie. I used to keep up with her when she was still going by, what was her old name? I can't even remember. See, that's how irrelevant, to be honest. That is how irrelevant. If she did not do that face reveal, it wouldn't even, she would not even be on my radar, honestly. She's just another, this is the task force for Jeffree Star. That's my whole thing. She defends him like the rent is due, baby, and I'm sure that it is. And at the end of the day, you dox people, you cry when you get doxed, come into people's DMs extremely nasty, extremely nasty. I'm not gonna spill that tea because I'm gonna let that person spill that. Nasty person. And I think a lot of it is like, I would not want to be friends with these people. So I'm watching what you put out. Whatever you put out on the internet, that's all I can base on. I don't really know you. That's what I can base you off of. And if you're just so negative, so nasty all the time, not even like funny, not like, you're not even giving me anything to work with, it's like, why would I watch you? Why would I want to be friends with you? And then on top of that, compromising your integrity because, again, you're being extremely biased all the time. So it's weird. I don't know how you expect people to still support you. And like I said, she's the female version of Nick. I saw tweets of her saying like, if you're black, or if you're African American, which I'm sure she used that term, and you're coming at other African Americans, then and calling them names, then you're being equally as racist. Who gave you the whip, massa? Who told you that you can tell us how to speak to one another or congregate with one another? Who gave you that authority? What makes you think that you have the authority to tell a group of people how they should talk to one another? I find that weird. I find that extremely odd. I would never do that with another marginalized group. So I don't know where you got that from. I think that's super weird. I would love for you to explain that to me though. Also, I will say with Allie, with that face reveal, and I'm not gonna be cruel. I'm not, you know, I saw a lot of people that were being extremely cruel, but I will say that the looks definitely match the personality. And y'all really cannot argue that with me. Period. My last 2 drama channels, they're kind of irrelevant. Like Ashley Kyle's kind of been staying in her own lane, you know. She's another Jeffree Star defender, but she's kind of been staying in her own. Same like T-Spill. T-Spill is just another Jeffree Star defender that's supposedly not getting paid. And Dustin Daly, who also I think is feeling just extremely, like I said earlier, I think he's feeling extremely left out from the group. He's gonna start doing his own thing. Watch, come a couple months, he'll start doing his own thing. And not that I think him and Peter will ever be friends again, but I think he'll start going the Peter route and just doing what he wants to do, probably getting back to like murder cases or whatever it was that he was doing, which were far more interesting than his drama channel videos. No shade. But yeah, so that is my list. Let me know in the comments why you don't trust these drama channels, or if you do trust these drama channels. I find them to be weird. And it's really funny. It's really funny how everything plays out. And we'll see how everything plays out. And we'll see how long y'all stay friends. I think that's for sure. I think drama channels are getting a little bit lax with how they talk to each other and what they tell each other. I think that they all have stuff on each other, and I think that they should just be careful. I'll just say that. I just think that they should be very careful. I think that there are a couple of drama channels that they used to associate with, that they're even associating with now, that are kind of over their BS, and it's not gonna look good for them in the long run. It's really not. Now, it'll be fine for us because we'll just sit back and watch. But I'm just trying to warn y'all. I'm just trying to warn the other drama channels, like, you should probably watch out, because I think there's been a couple times that, just to be frank, I think there's a couple times that Peter has just wanted to come out and air it all out. And I think that there will be a time when Dustin wants to come out and air it all out. I really do. So let's just watch and see. And Rich is real lucky that Luscious wasn't as messy as she could have been. So let's just wait and see, guys, and let me know in the comments why or why not you like these drama channels. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.